Are we on the mic?
Yeah.
Hey. Just being earnest, Dan, or somebody should have told you. Lenny would have been in the building, but his back flared up on him.
Yeah, that's right. He meant to be here. He shall return.
Get well, sir.
Yeah, get well, Lenny.
Last night, I went to the Warriors game, game one of the NBA playoffs.
Yes, you did.
Round one, in the Chase Center.
Oh man, it must have been lit over there.
I was up in there, big stepping in the luxury suite, the corporate suite, from my lady's work.
Yeah.
And man, we did it big last night, man. That was a good time.
You got to say what up to Chris Mullins?
Chris Mullin in the house. There's a lot of people in the house.
E40 was there.
I didn't get to see E40, but he was in the building.
He was in the building.
He was in the building.
He didn't ring the bell.
He rang the bell
Yeah.
when it was time to get it cracking off, get everybody going crazy. The Chase Center was rocking.
Man,
you know, it's a lot of people were on the Warriors bandwagon, and man, you know what? I'm telling you what, I am glad they're off. I am glad. I'm thankful for the 2 years of the Warriors being bad, just so the people can jump off the bandwagon, right?
Right.
Because they're not on
right.
it. They're not on it really anymore. They root for other teams that do better, that were doing better. And that's
okay.
cool. And that's cool. Or they're just not watching sports, right? Mm-hmm. Which is fun because they weren't. They made me. I was annoyed. They were embarrassed.
they made you feel some type of way.
I was embarrassed by them.
Word.
Because they were like representing the Warrior fans, but they weren't like, they were like new Warrior fans. They were like Warrior fans since 2015.
It seemed superficial in a way.
Well, they just weren't there for the struggle.
Right.
They weren't there for the struggle, so they criticized things. It's like, what are you talking about? You don't know. You don't know the struggle.
Y'all just got here.
Yeah, you just got here.
I remember when I was younger, even in my elementary school, Seaview Elementary, which no longer exists, man, we were getting like, just free Warriors tickets at elementary school.
It's hard. You ain't getting no free Warriors tickets these days.
No.
Only time I've been to a Warrior game at the Chase Center is when given tickets.
Right, but at that time, I remember I wasn't really, like intensely watching basketball, but I remember my friends.
What year was this?
During the 90s and like maybe 2000, 2001. So what I saw,
Troy Murphy and them.
Yeah. So what I saw were, kids in class wearing Sacramento Kings t-shirts.
Sacramento Kings jerseys.
And little jerseys, yeah. And Lakers, too. Because at that time, Kobe and Shaq were blowing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it was going down. Yeah. The Kings was popping.
Yeah.
Chris Webber.
I don't really remember seeing anybody with Warrior jerseys or t-shirts or nothing. Yeah.
No, you didn't. Because you didn't.
Yeah.
Because you didn't. You would see you would see the Warrior fans you would see a Jason Richardson jersey. 2007 you see some Baron Davis jerseys like crazy.
Right.
Steven Jackson. Somebody was wearing a Steven Jackson jersey last night.
Right.
So
yeah.
You always see them. You'll see the Warrior fans. Most of them are Filipino. But it's them is the real ones. Like, you can't call them band. We can't call all Warrior fans bandwagon fans, but I get it though. I get.
Oh yeah.
I get how you call them bandwagon fans because they are.
But it sounds like it was live last night.
Oh, it was. It was loud last night. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I wish I was down there amongst the people though. I was up high, eating sushi and things like that.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Did you drink something bad?
I may have had a beer that was left over here.
I don't think you did.
I think my real beer is over there.
Ah!
Oh man,
whoa! That should bring me back to your fraternity days.
I think I have a disease now.
Take your college days.
Oh God,
are you gonna be okay?
Yeah. Let me. Let me get the correct beverage.
Yeah, let Daniel get the correct beverage as he was drinking from a cup of some leftover beer. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
am I gonna die?
I think the Warriors are gonna win the championship. We're talking basketball, NBA action, sports talk.
Hey now.
I think the Warriors are gonna win the championship. I called it earlier in the year. I'm not gonna back off of that. I'm being objective too. I just see the way they look. I think other teams looked very good in their first games. I thought that Milwaukee did what they were supposed to do, but Chicago looked like they might give them a little run. We'll see.
Chicago's dangerous, man. They
don't have Lonzo Ball.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's true. And they're going up against Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's how we say it.
I remember you used to get so mad at me over the phone when I kept calling him Giannis.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you doing that? You know?
I did it involuntarily. I kept forgetting it was pronounced Giannis because he's Greek, you know.
Well, that's just because it's his name.
I know, but
because he's Greek, it's because it's his name.
I guess I was doing some kind of Italian thing, Giannis, like that or something. I don't know.
No, man, he's Nigerian.
Yeah. Word. I was pronouncing.
He's
his name
Nigerian.
all wrong.
He's Nigerian. He's African, right? Nigerian by way of Greece.
This is correct.
And the people of Greece treated him like manure.
That's true. He actually talked about that. Where he's up and coming, basketball player. He's a kid, and growing up, they just kind of cast him out in his own soil, in his own society. Well, he was considered felt like an outsider, right?
Well, because he was.
Right.
Because he was. Because he was a young African.
That's right. Yeah.
Trying to do his thing. And then you don't look right.
Right. But now they love him, right?
Well, because they hear Greek every time somebody talks about him. They hear the Greek freak. They think, oh yeah, this is what we do here.
Right. And now they claim him as
right. Now they
theirs,
claim him, right?
Yeah.
Now they claim him.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like the Warriors fans. Like, oh yeah, that's our team. That's always been our team. Not all of you. Not all of you.
No. I see that Chris Webber jersey.
Right, exactly.
Chris Webber jersey was hot back in the day.
Yeah. Shout out to C-Web.
C-Web. I wonder if he's still making beats. He's still doing it. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Chris Webber?
He's in the Hall of Fame now. Oh, yeah. Chris Webber used to make type beats. He made beats for Nas.
Say word?
Yeah. Ill producer.
Wow.
Yeah. Chris Webber's. He's sick.
Mind is blown. But yeah, great player, though. Highlight reel.
Yeah. Hall of Fame player. He's in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah.
NBA action. We're talking basketball, NBA action. If you're not familiar, and I don't blame you if you're not familiar. And a lot of people who watch this show do not watch sports, but that's okay because I do. And it's on the top of my mind right now because I was at a basketball game last night. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I got to see my favorite basketball player, Klay Thompson. I got to see him in action. He had a good game.
Yeah. My favorite player was playing too.
Yeah. Steph Curry came off the bench off an injury. Played well.
Yeah. Well, second half. Yeah.
I've never seen in the Oracle or in the Chase. Never seen Steph Curry have a good game. Even though I've only seen him play once in the Chase, and it was last night.
You trying to say you've been jinxing?
I think that I shouldn't attend important games that Steph Curry plays in because he doesn't play well.
Are you?
All these incredible games that you see from Steph Curry. When I when I play, he just happens to be having a horrible shooting night. One time I was there, it was his MVP season too, and I was there, and he was having a horrible shooting night, and then he hit a 3 in the fourth quarter, and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh,
I remember that game actually.
Yeah, I was there, man.
Yeah, you were. Are you okay? Two questions.
Yes.
First question: do you consider yourself to be a superstitious person?
I knew you were going to ask that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that pretty much answers my follow-up question. The follow-up question was going to be, are you most superstitious towards sports?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually superstitious for everything, and I think it's because of sports. I think it's because of baseball, I think.
Baseball. See, I've heard this. I've heard that baseball is the most superstitious
really?
sport that exists. Well, in terms of the people who are fans and players,
I can see that.
There's the most superstitions attached to baseball.
I can see that.
Yeah, like there's curses apparently in baseball.
Oh, lots.
People casting spells in baseball.
Lots.
You know?
Hey, baseball, Major League Baseball is back. Congratulations, baseball.
Yeah.
You know, I will give you some coverage, some baseball coverage once it gets hot and heavy. I mean, there is 162 games to play. They're in like game 4 or 5 right now. So
yeah.
Around October, I'll start really getting into baseball. Once it really starts getting hot and heavy, if there's a baseball player for the Angels. Unfortunately, he plays for the Angels. His name is Shohei Ohtani.
Represent.
And Japan.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got to, man. I got to.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, and he's great home run hitter and great strikeout pitcher. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's done that since Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, nobody even knows, remembers, or can tell us anything about Babe Ruth, really. So, you know,
right.
Shohei Ohtani is better than Babe Ruth.
Yes.
I'll put it out there. I mean, and I love Babe Ruth. I love the Yankees.
Right,
right. But I could tell you what, Shohei Ohtani hitting home runs off all the races.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
Shohei Ohtani hitting home runs off all players of all races. Anybody could get it.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani, I saw him in a commercial. I forget what it was advertising, but he showed this graph that he made as like an up and coming player, and it had all these squares of these things that he wanted to be the best at and improve on. And one was like speed, pitching, hitting, stealing, and running, like all these things that like he envisioned himself to be an all around player.
Well, most players do.
Really? You don't just focus on your strength as a baseball player?
No. Baseball player, you want to be good at everything. But most people just aren't, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so just give them props on being great, you know?
Yeah.
Just like Barry Bonds. Everybody can't be those players.
That's right.
Like, but everybody's practicing on everything. Like, don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Some people are just really good at what they do. Baseball is crazy. When I was talking about Babe Ruth not playing against other players. Baseball is just crazy because now it's like you could be in a, like, say you're like a first year on the team in the major leagues. You get called up. It's your first year on the team, and you know baseball doesn't have a lot. There's not a lot of black people. Right, so you know, so when you do see a black person, you gravitate to them just to see what's popping. You know what I mean? But you're talking to everybody because you know you've grown up around all this. But
right,
you go to the black player and you're like, yeah, man, what do you do? You know, what's going on with you? And he goes, yes. he hits you with the yes. You know what I mean?
Stares right at you. Yes.
Yes. There's just so many. It's a lot of Latin players. There's a lot of Latin players. You know, it's a lot of Negro Latin players in the major leagues.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's got to be tricky, you know.
Yes, sir.
You gotta check his name first, bro.
Oh man, you know, one interesting fact that you told me once about the guy we were just talking about, Shohei Ohtani, that I did not believe until I saw it. I was just learning about this player last year. I didn't even know about him, and then you told me that Shohei Ohtani in Japan once hit a home run through the roof of the stadium.
Oh yeah, you can look it up.
And I was like, that's a good one. And you're like, no, he literally hit a ball through the roof. And I looked up the video and it went, they went through the roof.
Yep.
Of a stadium. Yeah, that's amazing.
Japanese is good as professional baseball is in Japan. It's really good. Mm-hmm. As good as it is,
yeah.
That's like child's play for Shohei Ohtani,
bruh.
This man hit like 80 home runs, bro.
You know what I mean? It's amazing.
He comes to the major leagues and he hit 50, bro.
And still, he was MVP, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was MVP last year. I don't know who.
How could he not be?
I don't know who was MVP of the MLB last year.
Mm.
You might want to look that up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sports talk. We'll be right back. All right. All right, man. We just talking about stuff that shouldn't be talked about. And you know, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go home. And, we just giving you content. You know, some greater than others. You know,
yeah.
But we just keep the ball rolling. And I hope you enjoyed the sports talk and things of that nature. Earlier today, I saw a man take nasty spill on his bike. This man took a spill on his bike, right?
Oh, I'm so glad you remember this.
As he was taking, I didn't know he was taking a spill at first, right?
Please.
I was just looking. I saw a man riding a bike. Looked to him. I'm in the car parked, right?
Yes.
Just chilling. And the guy is coming towards me, but not towards me, but on the sidewalk, like in my direction.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and all I hear is this, ah! And then he falls super hard, right? He falls really hard. And, you think it's funny. So he falls, right? And then as he's falling, I'm like, dang, he fell pretty hard. I hope he's all right, right? And then he gets up, right? But then he doesn't get up, and he doesn't get up and spring up. He's shaking up, right? He's shaking up. So he sits on his knees for a bit. His helmet fell off and his glasses fell off. So he had to grab his helmet and he's just sitting there for a minute, just like looking around, but he's on his knees. I'm thinking, man, can he get up?
He's probably contemplating.
And then he gets up. Now, I don't know if you guys have these in your respective areas of the globe, but here they got these the thing called the Lime scooter things that people get around. You
rent a scooters.
Rent a scooter.
Yeah.
And this one was poking out, I guess, and this is what he tripped over, and that fell. So then that's when I noticed that he hit something because he picked. Because he hit it. I didn't see him hit it. I didn't even see it there because he had already took it out.
You just heard the screams.
I just heard the scream.
So this happened at the exact same time. So I get a phone call this morning.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. So this man is shaking up.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
He gets his glasses, he gets his helmet, he finally puts it back on. But he's still not right, so he's on his knees still. And then I call Daniel. And Daniel is in the vicinity of where I am at, so I'm trying to figure out where he's at so we can meet up.
Yeah.
And he's and I'm like, Daniel, this dude just took an awful spill. I'm telling him about the story on the phone while the guy is like he's pretty close to me. He's like 25 feet.
Right? Audible distance,
right? And I'm like, man, this guy took a nasty spill, all of this. And the way I'm telling the story is probably comical to y'all. It was comical to Daniel, too. And this dude probably thought I was clowning. When really I wasn't. I was just trying to say what happened. And then and then I was like, okay, then I find out where Daniel is. I get off the phone with him. I'm about to go. I get out of the car, get my backpack on, and then he gets up. The dude's up at this point, and he's riding his bike off. And I go, hey, man, are you all right? And he flips me off with his middle finger. And it says, F you, right? And I had to take that because I had that coming. I had that coming, man. When I told Daniel what happened, he's like, man, what? And I was like, nah. I had that coming, man.
So, from my perspective, I know why you had that coming as well. Is because at the time I didn't know you were audible distance. But for the mere fact that you were audible distance, this is what happened on my end. I'm in the coffee shop.
I should have helped that guy.
I'm glad you called me. I needed to hear this. Yeah. So he calls me. I'm in the coffee shop, and Ern, first thing out of his mouth, he goes, "Hey, where are you right now?" And I go, "I'm getting coffee next door." And I go, "Why? Where are you?" And you say, "I'm in my car. I just saw somebody take a hell of a spill." And here's the kicker. This is why the guy flipped you off.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, this is why the guy flipped. This is why the guy flipped you off, is because I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, for real? And you keep narrating what he's doing. He's like, oh yeah, he took his. Oh, he's on his knees still. Oh, he's looking around. Oh yeah, it's all bad.
Oh, God, forgive me.
I gotta admit, that made my day. Great start to the morning. I admittedly find people falling to be hilarious.
Oh, man.
I think it's one of the funniest things in the world.
It was so wild because it wasn't. I didn't know that he was falling. Like, I didn't know it was a fall. Like, he was just riding regular, and then all of a sudden I hear ah. He hits the ground so hard.
Oh, no.
But he had all of the bike stuff on. He's probably furious.
Here's this dude talking about him falling next to him, which is you. Hey, all right, man? Man, F you, man.
I was just trying to be nice at the end. You know, trying to see. It was cool, man.
I thought it was also funny how accepting you were of the whole thing.
Well, you know, I deserve that. I knew the whole time that I should be doing something instead of calling Daniel. Like, I knew. But then I knew that if I didn't call Daniel, that this whole thing would have been forgotten. And I would have never remembered that dude took that vicious spill out there in Emeryville. That was vicious, man.
Oh, the screams alone sounded...
Ah!
The screams of terror.
Exactly what it sounded like. Jeez.
Another funny
and then
bit.
It was just silent, man. Except for me, I guess.
Another funny bit about that story is he told me that he grudgingly got up and then put the Lime scooter off to the side.
No, he picked the Lime scooter up, man, put it back. And I was like, oh, that's what it was. It was that scooter that was poking out. He didn't see it either. He didn't see it either, man. There's no way he saw that. There's no way he saw that scooter. And you know, to be able to, you know, what did they wear? What other those bikers wear? Like those
spandex?
Yeah, like the Wiz Khalifa shorts.
Oh,
like,
God. Man, I feel like I just gained years from laughing like that.
Well, that's good, and I hope everybody got a kick out of that story. I'm about to go home. I gotta rest. I really do gotta rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, please beware of Lime scooters.
Yeah, just I guess watch where you navigate. Fall on
just watch where you're navigating.
Yeah, man, falling on them bikes, man.
Suffer a nasty spill.
Oh, man, that boy. Ah! It was so crazy. It was so crazy, man. I don't mean to, you know what I mean, laugh at the man, but it was the sound was jarring, and it's just to see him fall, like fall, and his helmet came off. His glasses.
Oh, his helmet flew off?
Yeah, his helmet came off. His glasses came off.
Oh man, that was a nasty spill, dude. You're right.
Oh man, he had his hand on his he had his hands on his hips while he was on the ground. Like, damn. Like, he was like, you know what I mean? It was all bad. He was like, you know. That's why I said it was silent. He was like looking around.
That was a doozy.
Yeah, he was like this. Hey, that's what I called you. Like, man, he on the ground, man. and then I think you heard me say, I think it was a Lime scooter, because he was picking it up, and I was like, oh, that's when I was discovering everything. It was unfolding right there in front of me.
Man, we gotta go, or else I'm gonna keep laughing.
All right, y'all, peace. That's good stuff. Good stuff in, man. Ah!